What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Justant. I have had some technical difficulties with this software before, but they've all been ironed out, and I've done some tests, and they were all successful. So, here we go. Another attempt at this. And I'm confident that it'll be just as successful as the tests have been. And before we begin, I would like to let everyone know that you don't need to worry about my headset losing battery life towards the end of the video, because I received a PC link cable for my headset. So I don't need to worry about the battery life anymore because it's connected directly to my PC. And I haven't figured out how to sign into, I know how to sign in to my Meta account, but for some reason the app on my PC won't let me sign in. And I sent a report to them, and hopefully they will reply soon, because I want to step into the world of PC VR to see how well it is, how good the graphics are. Because all I've seen so far from PC VR is through flat screen from other YouTubers. But anyway, before I begin, I'd like to show you something pretty cool about this game, because there aren't any loading screens. And what I mean by that is, as soon as I click or select continue, this happens. Jumping right back into the game. And I apologize in advance for any drops in frame rate and quality, because this is on a beta software on cloud gaming, so I'm streaming this to my headset through the app that I downloaded. So, but in this episode, and I'm very sorry that it took me over a year or so to get to this point, I've been battling with technical issues, and hopefully they're all going to be ironed out pretty soon. But the tower ahead of us is what we're going to tackle today. And I've noticed that you need to scale this tower in one playthrough, because There isn't a saving point halfway up. And I think the reason why they did that is because they don't want to have the gamers who play this have a mindset of, okay, I made it this far, I'm going to stop right now and come back to this later. Because that's not what this tower is about. You need to scale the tower in one run. And hold on, I'm going to go to the settings and adjust the audio, because I think it was a bit loud last time, and hopefully now it won't be as loud, but I hope it won't be too quiet either. But anyway, let's continue. And before I read this, I'm going to let you know that there is a curse word. Yeah, I know, a curse word in an E-rated game. Not an E10 rated game, mind you. An E-rated game. For literally everyone. And maybe they added that because they didn't think it was that bad of a word, or maybe they thought that it's just one word and there aren't any other words. Or maybe they left it in, or they had it in there because they wanted to have that character express their frustration about what they used that word against. But anyway, I'm going to say a more friendly word when I get to that word, because I want to keep this channel as family friendly as possible, and I honestly will be playing M-rated games and teen-rated games, and I'll let everyone know what is in those games, why they're rated teen and M, and give you a viewer discretion is advised warning for those games. And I'll let you know at the beginning of each episode. But anyway, hey Bianca, you must have cast off for who knows where. I went back to the old postal relay. No, still no water. Surprise, surprise. Solly and Faz are still sorting through everything by hand, and I've gotten roped into helping with deliveries. And I'm pretty sure we're going to find out who all these people are as we progress through the game. Because all these names mentioned in this game only exist in this game, I'm pretty sure, unless there's a sequel to this game that I don't know about yet. But anyway, me on Pebbleback? You can imagine what a sight that is. Even I'm laughing at myself. Still, why not, eh? It's a fresh start. And I quite like seeing the world as the mail comes in. Well, it would be nicer if this darn pebble would just change course when I ask it to. And that's what a pebble is a compass. most likely a compass. Although they did say pebble back. So maybe a pebble is more of a being, like a creature of some kind that they ride on. Maybe that's their other source of transportation other than climbing it by boat. Or that's what they used to have be their modes of transportation. Anyway, I'm telling you, it's stubborn. Worse than old Yom. Honestly though, what a nightmare. Anyway, I'm going to miss the tide at this rate. I left your mail by the door. And I know that I haven't been on the grind, as they say. As much as I should, and that will change in the future, in the very near future, because I like uploading videos like this, because playing video games is one of my passions, and I want to share that passion with you and anyone else who wants to watch my content. Hey Bianca, how are things down there? I hear your boss sailed off into the horizon. Good riddance. I never liked him anyway. Things here at the hut are pretty quiet. Not many people stop by these days. A seasonal job when there aren't any more seasons. I'm starting to get bored. You can tell because I've started scratching letters. Scratching letters into the wall, perhaps? Tell me something to distract me, won't you? And I think this is some sort of letter messaging based system where they can write down what they want to say when they get to it, when they have the chance to. And this is Bianca speaking. Oh, Eam, I'm so glad to hear from you. Either it's Eam or Emmy. Let me know in the comments below to see if you know how to pronounce the name. But anyway, yeah, I'm about as useful as a buoy on dry land, but no surprises there. You've been gone for a while, so maybe you don't know, but everything here is closed, except for old Enio's shop. And I'll do my best to, pronounce these names as best as I can, and hopefully I don't butcher them. He's still raising his chocos. Maybe those are chickens in this world? Bossa tried to convince him to leave with them. Remember Bossa? The little terror at the back of the classroom? They got caught in quite the gale. It was amazing. No one's dared try it again since. So that doorway we saw on our climb up here towards the beginning. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure that was a classroom where all those small creatures that floated up when you approached them in that area, I believe that's where the classroom is. Don't you think they're going to keep you on if people stop coming by? You might be seeing more folks soon, though. I came across a classified ad. They're mounting an expedition to explore the crow's nest. I'd like that, but going off on an adventure with strangers? Ugh. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Heading for the clouds, huh? That sounds quite like that's a weird way of putting those words together, but it works. That sounds like quite something. Personally, I would say quite like something, but maybe that's how they talked. Or maybe that's how they preferred to have that phrased. I'll better stalk the hold. I bet they'll come this way. You know what? You should join them. Come see me too. You don't have any excuses out there since you're out on a job. Out of a job. I know it's supposed to say he, but I feel it's more natural for me to say instead of he because I feel like he is for people with a higher tone of voice. Whereas is for me. Is for lower tones of voice like mine. Anyway, it would be a nice change from the few stray travelers that still come by. Hey, the other day another climber got stuck at Weeping Rock Pass. I had to go fetch them. If only you could have seen them. Stupid enough to eat hay, as they say around here. Okay, it's settled. I'll be waiting for you. If you have any insights about what I'm reading, about the lore and such, or about what we see, that wasn't the best visual glance. Go ahead and tell me in the tell us in the comments section below. I wanted to pause and take a camera pan around this area because this seems like a very nice place to look around in. And I'm pretty sure these over here are where they stored their water source. Their clean water source. Anyway. I didn't do that. The game did it on its own. I don't know why they would do that. Maybe it's to portray how high the staircase is, or to give you a better vantage point, visual vantage point of where you're going to head next, because there are climbing sections in this game, and most of the traversal is going to be. I wonder what that room is. I'll find out later. But to show you where you need to go, because you need to. Most of the traversal is through climbing. I love how much attention to detail they have put into this. I know that the graphics are simplistic, and they're not really graphics to, well, okay, they are graphics to write home about, but they're also not the most technologically advanced either. But neither is Minecraft, and look at how popular that game is. Logbook, 12 octaves after the Justant. I looked it up, and I don't remember right off what octaves are. I think they're trying to remember or phrase the words. Or maybe they're months. They're simply months. But maybe not. I think they're how many times the tide goes in and out. Let me know if I'm right. And maybe that's how they measure time, is by the tides. Or not goes in and out, but measured how by the high tide and low tide. Anyway, I'm finally leaving. I'm so happy I couldn't sleep a wink. At the old harbor master's office, a note caught my eye. It sounded like poetry. Expedition to the clouds, seeking hope and water. Join us at 12 octaves. Becca and Garlo's farm, High Field, to journey together. After spending so long marinating and trying to find meaning in life, it'll do me good to see the world. As he would say, hopefully we'll stop by her hut, or we'll be stopping by her hut. Just the thought of seeing her again is enough to tell me I'm making the right decision. Ah, so they're good friends. Maybe even best friends. With any luck, there will be other adventurers leaving from low tide. I don't want to make my way to the meeting point with the rest of the expedition all by myself. The only time I ever left here was for the harvest festivals when I was just a small fry. So an expedition like this is no small matter. They want to set sail for the clouds. Oh no, my parents. I forgot about them. What am I going to tell them? Hey folks, I'm off on an adventure. See you around and only if I make it back alive? Of course, Bianca dear. Don't forget to bring snacks. I love her sense of humor. I'd better not say anything. And I should bring snacks. And what else? What do people normally take on this type of trip? One thing's for sure. What's a journey without a logbook? I've got it covered. I plan to make like the expeditions that set off for the salt plain in search of springs. I'm going to scatter my journal entries along the way for anyone who might come after us, i.e., this young man. Starting with this message. Farewell, my lighthouse. You've welcomed me with wonder, and have kept me company as I've pondered too much. I like how she personalized the lighthouse. And by the lighthouse, she's referring to this tower. Because I'm pretty sure she was lonely up until she left. And there isn't much of anyone to talk to. And that's how you pretty much need to keep yourself from going insane or having depression issues and anxiety issues, is to personalize objects and landmarks, because this tower is one heck of a landmark. Because you need to have at least something to talk to while you're alone and lonely. Because that's what helps keep you grounded. You've always been there for me. I'm leaving you to the Weave Beaks. And I'm pretty sure those are seagulls. Or their version of the seagulls. Who will watch over you from the sky. And to watch over this message, I'm leaving one of my creations. Adventure Calls, Bianca. Now I've wondered what her creation is, and I've done searching, and I thought it was one of those collectibles you can pick up as you adventure forth. But I don't think that's what is going on here. And I'm sorry about the pauses in monologuing. It's mainly because I'm focused on what's going on. Okay, that wasn't far enough. I'm gonna need to focus for a second here because, yeah, I needed to make sure that I made the jump. And, while I'm climbing, I'm going to, pause the conversation or the monologuing. Oh, I wanted to explore that room. Well, actually, I don't think I need to worry about that because, there wasn't much to see over there, down there, because frankly, it's mainly just a bathroom. So, it's not much. We're not missing out on much. And the reason why I'm going to stop monologuing while I'm this must be where she sleeps. Or she slept before she left. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Because I need to focus on climbing. And anyway, I think that one of her creations, or the creation that she's referring to, is what we're going to find out when we reach the top of this tower. I asked Mo for help, but it's no use. The door won't budge. There's no way of knowing how its inner mechanisms work. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not because she doesn't know how these mechanisms work. So maybe she doesn't know how what we're going to see later or very soon in this episode, how that works either. So I have no idea what that what that creation would be, what Bianca's creation would be. And even if it is a collectible or not, or maybe it's just a set piece. Or maybe not a set piece, but a prop of some sort. Anyway. Does it have anything to do with the Lost Ocean? A mystery arises. Mo isn't much of a handyman either, but you'd think we would have been able to figure it out between the two of us. He had to weigh anchor. A date, he said. It's true he did seem rather dressed up to tinker around. Rather perfumed, too. None of this answers my questions. I've explored you from deck to hold, and I'm no further along than when I started. I still don't know what you could be used for, my lighthouse. Your paintings seem to allude the water falling from the sky. Allude to water falling from the sky. But that's pretty vague. Now what am I supposed to do? So she doesn't know. And the door she was referring to is the one that's open that leads out of this one. Out from the that this ladder leads to. Up here. And now we're going to find out what this does. Or rather you will, because I've already seen this. But I won't spoil anything, I'm just going to let it play through. Fascinating, isn't it? He must be a member of a tribe of some sort. Or if you've seen Voltron, he may be an Altean. Although that may be a long shot. But those markings, they glow just like an Altean's does. I'll ensure Chapter 2 migration has begun. It's true that that an Altean's markings grow, and that he has markings on his arm that maybe an Altean doesn't have, but I may not be too far off. I'm not sure. But maybe this is a spiritual successor to Voltron. I don't know. But if you haven't seen Voltron yet, there used to be a Netflix original series called Voltron Legendary Defender. Yeah, this is a bit wonky because you're climbing on a vine. But I say that it used to, and it's a very good, I'm going to pause the gameplay for a little while and see off in the distance. That's where we're heading soon, in the next episode. But anyway, it's a very good Netflix adaptation of the of the 1980s series by a similar name. I think that was simply called Voltron. And I feel like it was true to the to the original source. And I say that it used to be on Netflix because they've unfortunately removed it. And that is a very sad thing to think about, because I didn't think that they'd remove a Netflix original series, especially one as good as Voltron Legendary Defender. And hopefully they will return, they will have it return one day. Because it was a very good, built from the ground up Netflix adaptation, one of their best, if not the best. And about the blue creature on his shoulder, you're going to find out what he does in the next episode. And I'd like to help see, that's what he does. He's your companion. And I'm going to show you what he does. Or, well, I think you've already seen what he does. But I'm going to show it off again. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to do it again next time, because I don't think it'll save that type of progress. But anyway, here goes. Oh, I didn't mean it. That's not what that's something else. That's something else that I'll show you later what that does. But this is what I meant to do. The companion's echo triggers elements to grow, so you're pretty much helping accelerate the course of time. But I'll come back to this later. And I do want to have viewers like you commentate on the games I play, but I don't know if I would want to. Well, actually, maybe I should have you join in the next episode if you want to. If any of you want to, because it's honestly lonely talking to myself and monologuing. I want to have someone else to talk to. I mean, there is a peace to being alone, but there's also a sadness to it as well. But anyway, I wonder what that was. Maybe just the wind. I'll see you in the next episode. And if you liked my video or this episode, leave a like, and if you like my content so far, don't be shy to subscribe. That did not sound right. Yeah, it did rhyme, but it didn't really sound right. I'll need to, or actually, here's a better, yeah, here's a better one. If you like my content, feel free to join my quiver. And I've done my research, and a quiver is a group of cobras. And since my channel's name is Errant Cobra, I thought that would be the most fitting for my fan base and the people who subscribe and like my content, is a quiver. Not to be confused with a quiver of arrows. Well, don't confuse those two. It's a group of cobras, not a group of arrows on someone's back. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good day.